What it do, what it do? Welcome back, Sour Crew. It's your boy Soul, aka My Name's Not Lemon. Welcome back to another episode of Melancholia N Haloes. I'm glad to be back. We still here, baby. You know, I was thinking about, for every podcast, I always say we still here, we made it, here's another episode. And why is that? This week in particular, I was thinking about cycles. And I think that thought fits very well into cycles. Beginning, new beginnings, the ending of periods in your life and situations, the start of something new, the ending to something old. And for me in particular, keeping this podcast going brings me so much joy. It makes me tap into my creative process and allows me to do something that I've always enjoyed. And this week in particular has taught me that, you know, as scary as it could be to start new cycles, to start new beginnings, and for things to end, it's exciting. And that's what life is about. So today I am filming this on Saturday the 9th, I believe. Saturday the 9th, which usually I would have liked to get things out how it started. How the podcast has started, I like to get things out on a Monday, have all week to watch, and then it started being like on a Thursday, and most recently it's been Thursdays, and then it started being filming on Thursdays, editing, finishing the editing on Fridays, getting everything together, uploading on Saturdays, and now, sorry, do you hear all that traffic? My bad, it is 12 p.m. on a Saturday. We're right behind the freeway, and it's a busy freeway. So now it's Saturday, and I was getting like kind of annoyed that I had to keep pushing off filming. But the fact of the matter is, I have to film and edit when I'm able. You know, not being in my own space, in my own environment, means that I am borrowing the space and borrowing the environment. So that means I have to work around other people's times and make sure that I'm not inconveniencing anybody. So the fact that I'm sitting here today and filming an hour before I have to go grocery shopping, and we're gonna hit up a bunch of places, be out for a minute, I'm content. I'm happy that I'm actually sitting down here and getting it done and doing it. And sitting here is, I feel great. I feel happy. And I'm glad that this cycle is continuing. I'm glad that this is episode 11. And so it's been, 2.5 months. And I love that. And I can't wait to see where this goes. And so for today, I kind of was jumping all over the place for a little bit, right? You're hearing my thoughts as they come. You know, food for thought. You are hearing what I've been thinking about for the past maybe week or two. For this week, it was busy. I went to a job interview on Tuesday. I think I had mentioned that I was going to one. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. So, with the psychic episode, which was 2 episodes ago, I believe, I had talked about how I had a job interview, and I thought it was going to go extremely well, and I was going to get the job. I didn't get it. And this job, I can say it now, was for Daiso. So it's like a Japanese dollar store. A lot of Japanese goods. And I was super bummed out. I felt like I kept losing out on jobs that were jobs that you can get in high school, out of high school, through college. And it's something to build your resume and get really good experience and be able to interact with the community and the public and be able to build that kind of skill set. Being able to interact and sell and, you know, the customer service skill set, right? And although I knew I wasn't a good candidate in the terms that I've never done retail and I've never done, you know, cashier and things like that, I thought my natural customer service skills and the jobs that I had before and the skills I acquired for them would have amounted to something, and they didn't. And so this is month 5 that I've been looking for work. Yeah, month 5. And so I had a job interview Tuesday. I can't remember what I was doing Monday, but Tuesday comes around and I'm like, okay, I gotta prepare for the job interview. Like, I gotta do this, you know, like, and I also had to drive myself. Now, anyone that knows me personally knows that I have a type of driving anxiety. I fucking hate driving. And it's led me, like, not to drive on the freeways, which means that it takes me longer to get places, which means I'm, like, less inclined to go somewhere. And so I knew I had to drive to this interview. And my car is currently being used by my brother for work. And he basically took ownership of the car. So he's going to fix that car up, sell it, give me the money. I'm going to be able to buy a new car. Hopefully that gets done sooner rather than later. But he has a car that he doesn't drive because it wastes too much gas. Is it 4-cylinder, 2-cylinder? I don't know anything about cars, right? 4-cylinder, and then cars that don't waste a lot of gas, 6-cylinder. Listen, I don't know, okay? But all I know is it wastes a lot of gas, so he doesn't like driving it. And so I had to drive that car to get to the job interview, and I was fucking nervous because I was like, I don't know this car, I don't know how it runs. And so I was getting a little bit anxious for that. Weirdly enough, I was anxious about the drive there and the drive back rather than the actual interview itself. So I ended up being a little bit nervous beforehand. I knew I could have called to get a ride, but I was like, nah, fuck that shit. Like, this is the beginning of a new cycle. I gotta fucking get my shit together. If I had my car, I would have been perfectly fine. I like my car. And I'm comfortable in it. And it drives well. And I'm used to it. This car has 2 big-ass major blind spots. They fucking suck. It fucking freaks me out. Makes me even more anxious and nervous. And so driving in traffic, that shit's scary as fuck. Having to back in and out of parking lots is scary as fuck. Because I'm like, am I gonna fucking hit someone? So I'm all like backing out like super slowly and shit. Making myself look like a fucking dumbass. But look, it's gotta be done, right? So I'm anxious about all that, right? And so I knew that this was the beginning of a new cycle. I was gonna get a job. It was gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And I'm gonna have to start driving my bitch ass to fucking work and back. Ain't nobody can fucking come and drop me off. I don't got no chauffeur. I ain't about to be taking an Uber all the time. Ubers are fucking expensive right now. When I had to try to go to Daiso, which is only about 10 minutes from me, the Uber ride was $20. $20, dog. You got me fucked up. What the fuck I look like? That's like a fucking week's worth of gas. You got me fucked up. So I fucking hopped in the motherfucking car and I went. And it went well. I fucking drove well. The drive was fine. I do drive like a grandma. I drive real speed limit. But it was good. The interview went well. I actually like looked up interview questions the morning of. Because like, fuck it, I'm waiting. Why not? And the interview questions they asked me were basically what was online. And I fucking zoomed through them. And then a guy that I've been talking to, just friendly-wise, asked if I wanted to hang out that day. And I was like, fuck it, why not? I'm already going to be out. I'm already productive. Like, let's fucking do this shit. And we had a good motherfucking time. We fucking talked for a hell of a long motherfucking time. And it was great. And it's the first time we had met in person. And so, I had a great time. And so I was like feeling real productive. But if anyone is an introvert and, because the pandemic and stuff, you haven't been spending a lot of time with people, a lot of time outside, dude, fucking draining. Having to, I think, drive with the anxiousness and stuff drained me a little bit. And then the interview drained me some more. And then hanging out with the person for a long periodically of time drained me some more. I was fucking beat. I was tired. So I knocked the fuck out. Oh, and I didn't even mention this. That same Tuesday, all in the same day, the homegirl, my BFF, done texted me talking about she needs some help at the office with her work. She just had a baby, went back to work. A lot of things are backed up, and she just needs help filing and paperwork and shit. And asked if I could do that, like some type of freelance work, right? And I was like, shit, say less. So Wednesday, Thursday, I was helping her out. And so Wednesday, I was helping out. It went well. It just felt so nice to be back in the office. But when I tell you, I was so tired and drained. that I felt like I couldn't even remember the steps she was telling me to do, and I was so fucking embarrassed. There was a time where she had told me, like, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do this, and I did it, and I did it, and I did it, and then she's like, okay, cool, you're good. I started doing it, and as I was doing it, I forgot. Legitimately forgot what the fuck I was doing, and how to do it, and where to look. When I tell you, I was so fucking humiliated. And I was like, nah, I can't fucking turn to her and ask her, like, what do I, like, what? Can you, like, explain? Hell no. Hell no. Too much pride, too much ego. I was like, you got me fucked up. And when I mean I blinked out, I mean I legitimately, full on blank. Nothing. And then I was like, okay, like, hold on, like, let me, like, fucking calm down, take a deep breath, keep going at it. And then it fucking came back to me, and I fucking did that shit, right? But it made me really think, like, can I do a high stress environment? Like, am I going to be able to do it? I've been out of work for so long, you know, like working for an actual employer. And I haven't really managed my stress and anxiety. And I haven't really put myself out there like that. So I was really fucking bummed out. It really fucking threw me for a loop. And so once I had gotten home, I tried to relax, and she wanted me the next day, so Thursday. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know, can I do it? And so I was like, fuck it, do it. Why not? You ain't doing nothing here. And I woke up with a sore throat. My brother has been sick the whole week. And I was like, bitch, just better not be fucking COVID. She just had a baby. And I was like, fuck. And so I was like, yo, I can't go in. It ain't safe. Fucking booked me and my brother some COVID appointments. We went. It was like these rapid tests. Because I had known I slept with the fucking fan on. He slept with the fan on. And he's like in and out of the house. And all hours of the day. So I'm like, he fucking got a cold. Pass it on to me because he's fucking walking around the house. Fucking coughing his fucking lung out. All over everywhere. And so I'm like, he gave that shit to me, or I just slept with the fan on, right? But I was freaking out. And I know she was freaking out, but she didn't want to say nothing, right? So I booked these appointments. We go, they're like rapid tests, and I didn't know, right? They did 2 swabs, 1 swab, the normal one. They did a fucking blood. You know they be doing blood tests now. And then they did another swab, and it was like a fuzzy thing. That shit made me sneeze. I was sneezing a storm. And they were like, you guys both tested negative. And I was like, for sure. Like, it didn't feel like COVID, right? I had COVID last year. That shit sucked. I have a video on that shit if you want to check it out. But I was like, shit, okay, like, we good. And then she had called me. She's like, I need your help. Like, and I was like, fuck it. You want me to go over? And she's like, yeah. So I fucking head on over there. And we got work done. And I was like, you know what? I can do it. I was there like zoom. She was like having a conversation with me and stuff, and we were like talking, and I was still working, and I was still putting my shit together. And then she wanted me over the next day, which was Friday, but then I had the last interview for this job, right? So I was like, alright, I could fucking go out and help her out in the morning, head out to the interview, and I'll be good. But I was like, nah, I think I need to like, I really need to like get in the zone and stuff, so I didn't. Kinda wish I did. Kinda happy I didn't. Double-edged sword. Because I could really use the money, right? So I went to the interview, and bada boom, bada bang. They said they'll call me by the end of the month for fucking orientation. So I'm like, what? So it's a seasonal job. Like, everyone is hiring for seasonal. Even the Daiso job that I had applied for was also seasonal. So I'm like, fucking finally. It's been 5 fucking months. Like, maybe this is the place I'm supposed to be at. Maybe that's why I wasn't getting all these other jobs, because I'm supposed to be here. And who knows? You know, I like my tarot shit, you know, my spirituality. And they had done said that when I get a motherfucking job, I was going to meet my man. So I'm fucking hoping for that shit. I'm manifesting that shit. I'm going to meet him there. And things are going to be delicious. And I'm fucking ready for it. So that's exciting news. And that's why I'm like, cycles. This episode is about cycles. The beginning and ending of cycles. What's ending? Me not having a motherfucking job. Me feeling bad about myself because I'm not working, because I'm not having any income coming in, because I'm not able to freely do what I want to do because I don't have the money to do so. Let's go out, let's go eat, let's go do this, let's go do that. I can't, I ain't got money. All my money goes to bills. oh, this just came out, like we should get this, we should all play it together. I can't. I can't be spending money like that. Oh, I can't. Oh, you want to go on dates? How? How the fuck am I supposed to go on dates when I ain't got no fucking money? I ain't got no funds. What am I supposed to do? I ain't putting out so you can buy me some fucking tacos. The fuck? So I feel like it was a lot going on in my life, and a lot of pressure I was putting on myself solely based on me not having the income and the work, right? And of course, with the situation that I'm in now, I really want to work and save the money and make sure I'm secure and good for whatever that I have to do in the future. I also want to pay off my debt. I also need to buy a new motherfucking car. So there's a lot going on, right? And I believe this is finally the ending of a cycle that I've been in for fucking 3 years. And it's the start of something new, and I'm fucking ready for it. I'm here for it, and I'm excited for it. I'm pumped. So, cycles. How are you supposed to feel about them? I think for sure being a little bit afraid and anxious is a given. As human beings, we are scared and anxious of the unknown, and we can't predict and tell the future. Like with tarot, the reason I like tarot, it's like predicting where the energy can go, but you can always change energy, right? So I think that gives us, or gives people who believe in that type of spirituality, a sense of relief, knowing that although something can be projected a type of way, and it's the type it makes the path and creates the path that you are leading on, you can always switch it up. So there was a couple of times, many times, that I was like, you know what, I don't want to go work with my homegirl. Like, nah, like I want to stay here. Like, nah, what if I can't do it? Like, what if she doesn't appreciate the work that I'm doing? What if I'm not doing it right? Like, what if I give her a bad impression of me in terms of how I work? What if I let myself down? For the interview, I was like, I got kind of a sore throat. I can't go. I shouldn't go. I'm feeling like that kind of like a sick, lazy day kind of feel. Like I just want to be cuddled up in bed. I could pass this one out. I got an excuse. Okay. That's the way I'm feeling. That's the kind of energy I'm putting out. I bet you and guarantee you that possibility was there. That in another fucking frequency, I took and made those decisions. I didn't go work with my homegirl. So I missed out on that money. And I missed out on those experiences. And I missed out on letting myself know that I am capable and I'm able to do it. I didn't go to this interview. This final interview. So I missed out on the fucking job. And then my cycle continues. The same fucking bullshit that I've been in this whole motherfucking time keeps going on. My bad. You heard that? Yo, they be zooming. They're trying to get places. It's a Saturday. Almost 1 p.m. But if I allowed my fear to take control, then what would have happened of me? If I would have continued to be in this cycle, what would happen to my physical, mental, emotional health? Where would I be? How can I ever look towards the future and want a better future for myself if I'm not willing to run towards it? If I'm not willing to work towards it? Why am I trying to work? Who knows what's going to happen in terms of my living situation? Am I going to have to get an apartment by myself? Am I going to have to roommate with someone? What am I going to have to do? I don't know. So I might as well fucking start saving up the money now. Because I'm going to need to put a fucking deposit first and last month's rent. Which could go up from anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. Who the fuck has $2,000 to $4,000 just laying around at a part-time, seasonal, minimum wage job? Shit. I sure in the hell won't, but I'll try my motherfucking best. I still got bills to pay. I got a debt that I accumulated over these rough-ass 3 years that I gotta pay off. I gotta get a new car. I've been looking. The fucking used car market right now is crazy. Ain't nothing under $5,000. And they want to sell it to you for fucking 150 plus thousand miles. It's rough out here. Rent ain't cheap over here in the LA area. LA, Long Beach, Carson. This whole entire fucking section, rough. Real motherfucking rough. And so the best thing that I know to do is to plan, is to save, is to make sure that whatever comes my way, I'm good. I'm chilling. Yeah, I'll struggle for a minute, but do I got a roof over my head? Do I got food on my plate? Do I got a car to drive so I could get places? Because in this area, low-key, you need a car. Public transportation here fucking sucks. Do I got where I need to be? Am I where I need to be? Am I hustling, pushing forward, working as hard as I can to manifest what I want? I want to be stable. I would love to have an apartment. So let me work towards it. Let me work hard, show the universe that I'm working hard so they could give me that motherfucking energy. I'll put out that energy so I can attract that energy. So what am I doing? I'm pushing forward. I'm applying. I'm making sure that I'm doing what I need to do to get where I need to go. I'm taking care of myself. I'm trying to put myself first. I'm making sure I speak up. I'm making sure I do what I gotta do to get where I need to go. I've been doing that for the past 3 years. And I've been beating myself up and beating myself up and beating myself up. Every time I'm like, take a break. Take a breather. I fucking sit there and I'm like, you should be doing this. You should be doing that. You're not productive enough. Motherfucker, didn't I just say I was taking a breather? How the fuck am I supposed to take a breather and relax, but also be working at the same time? That ain't make no motherfucking sense. And then on top of that, with my tarot and stuff and my spirituality videos that I be watching and consuming, they be saying, take a break, take a breather, you're working too much, you're doing too much. And so I'm like, okay. It finally got to a point, maybe like 2 years down the road, where I actually did. And not only did I take a breather, I fucking stopped. And, you know, Aphrodite, I mentioned him. He was the psychic that predicted my shit. And, you know, 2 videos ago or whatever, 2 podcasts ago. Check that out if you haven't. He actually had said, okay, I said take a break, but I didn't say stop. He was actually one of the ones that also said take a break. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting it from every angle, right? He was like, you guys took a break, but you guys like stopped. He's like, don't stop, like keep going. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Because I kept thinking like, okay, like I haven't been doing nothing. Like I keep saying take a break. I am. I'm not doing anything. So I was like, I don't know, like all in moderation. I had to learn that. That cycle ended for me right then and there, and I learned in moderation. Find hobbies and interests that you like that you can do in moderation to tear yourself out. What have I been doing lately? I've been playing Borderlands 3. That shit's fun as fuck. I'm having a good ass motherfucking time. I be watching my YouTube videos. You know, that's how I consume most of my content. When I cook, I'll put on a motherfucking podcast. Family Mart podcast, Bang Bros. Like, what other podcasts that I be watching? Put that shit on. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. Offline TV just rebooted their podcast. I'm here for it. This past episode, which is the first episode of the reboot, was actually pretty good. Little hearts to heart, honesty. I liked it a lot. That's my type of shit. And another thing, another cycle that I have ended myself, and I think it's been something that I've been afraid to say: smoking weed. I stopped that cycle. I've been really afraid to say, no, you know, like, I'm quitting. I say I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break, you know, I'm looking for a job, and, you know, they're drug testing, which they did. And, you know, yeah, you know, like, my mental health just really ain't there. When I would smoke, it would, like, really stress me out and freak me out, and it would make everything worse, which is true. But because I had never put my foot down and confidently said, I am quitting for this how do you say it? Fuck. I am quitting for the foreseeable future. Damn. I am quitting for the foreseeable future. Because I wasn't able to do that, I relapsed. You can check that out in another previous podcast episode. And that shit was embarrassing. It sucked, but it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot. And I was really disappointed in myself. And now I could sit here and confidently say, and I learned it this week, I quit. Thank you, traffic, for confirming. I quit. I'm no longer going to be smoking weed. And I'm not going to be taking it in any shape or form. And I believe that over the past, 4 years? That I let weed become a part of my identity, a part of the culture I consumed, a part of the friends I made, a part of how I interacted with people, how I started conversations, how I made myself social and friendly. And it was a very easy way to make new friends. I'm not a drinker, so everyone uses drinking alcohol and going out to make friends easily and to be social. It's an easy thing to do. I think weed became the same. And I was scared to let that go. But I'm not anymore. I quit. I am who I am. I like who I am. I'm going to keep it that way. That cycle had came. It was extremely beneficial for me. And it needed to end. It's taken me months to end it, but I'm ending it. Officially. And what has the start of the ending of that cycle brought me? It brought me here. I started my podcast. I started my YouTube channel. Every time I was filming a video, I had to film when I wasn't on weed, when I wasn't high. And the times that I had that little series, Smokey's Lounge, were allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I was inebriated. I could film it, but then everything else that came after, I had to be sober. And the only reason why I started this podcast was because I was sober. And I was sober, I think, for a month and a half. Or some change, something like that. In order for me to find myself again and be productive and to realize who I was and who I wanted to be, I had to stop smoking. And when I did, I realized all the anxiousness and anxiety that I had, that I used smoking to take away, was actually being brought on and amplified by smoking. What I didn't know, because I was so high all the time, every day, was that I had healed. I healed myself. And so the smoking became a crutch and a bad habit. And it became a getaway from everything that I didn't actually want to think about and handle and process. That's why my anxiety got so bad. And that's why I kept having so many negative thoughts and beating myself up. Because I knew I had to stop. I knew that it wasn't going to lead me where I wanted to go. And so I did. And it led me to where I wanted to be. If I were still smoking, there's no way in hell I would be this motivated to find jobs. There's no way in hell that I would have went to those interviews with as much confidence and grace that I had. I would have freaked myself out. Hands down. I'm over it. I'm done. And I'm ready to move on. That cycle has ended and a new cycle is beginning. So what's next? Hopefully, amazingness. I'm not too sure. Damn. We get it. You like to be loud. Shit, with your insecure ass. Anyways. I'm not too sure, how many hours I'm going to get at the job. I'm not too sure. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm not too sure how many hours I'm going to get at the job, how many days of the week I'm going to be able to work. But I'm hoping it's at least 39. Part-time, baby. Work me those 39 hours. Shit. That kind of blows, though. That kind of sucks. Getting 39 hours, but not the 40, so you're not full-time, you don't get benefits. It's fucked up. But listen, I need that money. Work me 7 days a week. Give me that overtime. Let's go. I'm ready. And I'm hoping that I'm able to really save. And then take it from there. That would be dope. So I'm ready for this cycle. I'm ready for my new fucking car. Because I just want to get back on the road. I want to drive. But I want to drive something I'm comfortable in and that's safe. I am ready to live my sober life now. I am ready to continue with this podcast. I'm ready to make it better. Now that I'm working, I could buy a fucking proper mic. Imagine me holding a mic in my hand and then it's, concentrated only to pick up what's in front of it. And so you don't hear anything. Yo! Video listeners. Or video watchers. Every time my fucking background be dropping. If you're an audio listener, which I think almost 100% of you are, this won't matter. I just noticed in the fucking viewfinder. Damn! I'm excited. I'm excited that the cycles that needed to end have ended and are ending. And I'm excited that the cycles that are beginning aren't as scary as I thought they were going to be. And I'm glad to have these opportunities, and I'm glad I'm here. I know for the job that I have, it's retail, and I've never had a retail job, and all my friends tell me not to do retail. But when push comes to shove, you gotta fucking take it. With the situation that I'm in, you'd think I could be fucking picky. And if push really comes to shove, I could quit. And I could look for another job. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. And let's hope I fucking flourish. And I fucking make that job my bitch. Yes. A little recap. Yes, cycles are scary. They could be intimidating. But I hope me sharing, the ending of my negative cycles when it was weed, when it became super detrimental to my mental, physical health, and just overall well-being. The cycle of my anxiety and depression ending, which had to do with weed. And the negative thoughts brought about it, and how I kept beating myself over it. The cycle that I had no control over, my housing, ended. And it made me displaced. It made me have to separate from my family that I was reliant on. It made me have to fend for myself. Made me rely on family. Made me see things from a different perspective. And now what I'm trying to figure out is, am I going back with family? Is that a possibility? Or has that cycle ended officially? And now I'm independent. I've always wanted to be independent. Never thought I could. Always thought I needed to be in the family clan. So I wonder if that cycle was officially brought to an end by the universe because this new one needed to start. I don't know. I really don't. Do I even have friends that I can room with? I don't know. Am I going to be rooming with family? Would that be a continuation of the cycle, just in a different form? Or would that be different enough that the universe would allow me to continue this new cycle? Or does it have to be completely different and out of left field? And one part of me would like to roommate with friends. I feel like that would have a lot more freedom for me. We're both the same age, we're both young. still kind of in the party-ish phase of our lives. Just now, like, getting responsible and needing to take care of ourselves. So I think I'll still be able to experiment with life. While with family, I feel like it would come with a little bit more restrictions, which I'm okay with. I think it would make me extremely comfortable, and I would be able to lean and rely on them more so than I would friends. So I think both really do come with their benefits and their negatives. But I'm not too sure what cycle to take, what cycle is right for me, and what is laid out for me. All I could think of doing now is moving forward and going with the flow and making sure I take the opportunities that are presented to me, because they can lead me to a better future. I talked about this last episode, or it might have been the episode before, that if you allow yourself new opportunities, if you allow yourself to do new things and to go out of your comfort zone, then more possibilities open up for you, because you are now doing things you normally wouldn't do, or you are now doing things you wouldn't want to do alone. Automatically, new possibilities open up for you. So now that I'm doing that, I wonder what these possibilities are going to be. I hope they're beneficial. I hope that I'm manifesting enough positive energy and optimism and happiness for me to attract those possibilities. I'm hoping that I have guarded myself and learned a lot to take myself out of ignorance and be naive, so that way I will not get myself into situations and possibilities that I wouldn't want to be in. I'm hoping that I attract the people and the opportunities that I want to attract. Only time can tell. It's still the beginning of October, after all. In Ant's reading for Capricorns for this month, he drew two numbers, which the numbers I always equate them to days of the month, even though they don't have to be. It's worked out for me so far. And they're both at the end of the month. One, I think, is a Sunday and one is a Friday. The day before Halloween and then like the beginning of the week. So I'm wondering what those days are. Orientation for work, then the start of work, orientation for work, and then getting an opportunity, a possibility, meeting someone at work. I can hope so. Whatever it may be, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope for the best. Well, here's to new beginnings, and to letting the things that need to end. Whether they be situations, relationships, possibilities, opportunities. Here's to something new, Sour Crew. Hope your October goes well. Hope this next week goes well. And I'll see you next time.